What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. When I started this YouTube channel probably about 8 or so months ago, my first video was called Dare to Dream. And I'm revisiting that topic today. I've had the questions asked to me so many times, like, Richie, have you always dreamed about being a bodybuilder? Have you always, like, I'm also about, I'm right on the precipice of like releasing my own clothing line. I'm in the meetings and everything's happening. Everything's gonna come together. My release date will be sometime in April. But everybody keeps asking, they're like, you know, has it always been your dream to be a clothing manufacturer, you know, clothing designer, own your own brand, all that kind of stuff? It's just like, it's funny, the answer is no. And it's not because I haven't liked it. It's not because I haven't had a passion for it. It's because we are so programmed. I know I was so programmed that's like, the way to live life is you go out and you get a job, a secure job that has, you know, direct monetary compensation, and that pays your bills, and that's just what you do. And maybe you like what you do and maybe you don't, but that part doesn't matter. You just get a job that makes the money that equals the amount to pay your bills, if you're lucky, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, no matter how much you make, you always wish you had a little more. And us here in America especially, we tend to always spend outside of our needs, but it's just like, dreams were like for like the hippies or something, you know what I mean? For those people those layabouts that don't do anything, for ours, for whatever, for people that don't ever accomplish anything, you know? Chasing whimsical dreams. That's how I always looked at it. Or that's how it was always ingrained in me, that, you know, we don't chase dreams, we live in reality. In reality, we just get a job and we pay our bills. So I lived my life like that, man, you know? And I'm not saying life was bad, you know? I've had a lot of good jobs, and I've, you know, found enjoyment in the things that I've done. But somewhere along the way, man, I realized that, like, am I truly happy? Am I truly doing what I love to do? Am I fulfilled completely with what I'm doing? And I'm not gonna even say that like was the first question that I asked. First of all, I was just out of shape and I wanted to get in shape, so I did. And I managed to do a unbelievable transformation. I lost 125 pounds in 4.5 months. Just absolutely mind-blowing, the amount of weight that I lost. I went from 348 to 225. And it was amazing, and it was inspiring, and it was motivational to those around me. And all that seemed to be asked in return for that blessing is that I share this with others. And yet I was stuck in a job that was like, it took everything I had to pay the bills, you know? I actually had 2 jobs. I had a regular job where I worked 40 hours a week, and then I had a second job where, you know, I worked a couple nights a week part-time. And then I started bodybuilding, you know, through that process. And I couldn't do anything else. I mean, I just literally, there was not enough seconds in the day. Every single day of the week, I was totally tapped for time. And I wanted to do more. I felt like I wanted to give back. I wanted to like do the YouTube channel. I wanted to like coach people. I wanted to, you know, I wanted to like transform people's lives. I wanted to motivate, inspire, educate other people. But I just literally couldn't. I was completely by myself. I was totally overwhelmed, like I couldn't do it all by myself. And there was no more hours in the day for me to add anything to my plate. And after 10 years, I was suddenly, my position at the company where I worked at was eliminated. And this was my secure job. I'd been out there for 10 years. You know, I had a 401k, I had health insurance, I had dental insurance. You know, I went there from 8 to 5. It was everything. It was like, you know, when people ask you about yourself, they're like, what do you do? No one ever asks you if you're happy. They're like, what do you do? You know, and that job was like an identity for me. And when it was taken away, I was like kind of lost. So I took the part-time job which wasn't like normally your typical career job. And I went into it full time. Now I actually make the amount of money that I was making with working the two of them by working just the one, even though it's not your typical, career type job. Look, this video isn't all about my jobs and all that kind of stuff. What it was is it freed up the time for me to reevaluate, can I make a living off of my passion, So I got into YouTube. I sought out somebody that was more talented than me as far as like with camera and editing skills and all of that, and we started working together. And I started to build a channel. Throughout that process, like I got interested in clothes. I was like, and that it's hard to fit everybody's body type, and it was hard for me to find clothes. And I noticed that it was hard with people with dad bods to find clothes. When I had a dad bod, it was hard for me to find clothes. As an athlete, it was hard for me to find clothes. It's like all they want to do is just make the same boxy clothes that fit everybody, and everybody's the same. And so I got interested in like wanting to share my vision, as far as clothing, my vision as far as motivation, inspiration, and education when it comes to, fitness, all things fitness, how to eat, how to diet, how to cut, how to bulk, how to do these things, how to make it simple. What do I really have to do to get visible abs? What do I really have to do to go on a bulk? Do I have to put on fat? All these questions, I went out and I was seeking answers. And as I sought answers for myself, I felt the desire to like share them on these platforms. So I dared to like create a dream where I can, make a living while sharing my passion, while inspiring and motivating other people, while sharing this knowledge that I've gathered with people and breaking it down in a way where maybe it can fit for you and maybe you can make a change in your life. And then along the way, I was like, how else can I do this? So, I'm starting with being a clothing reseller, but my end goal is to actually be a manufacturer that like makes clothing for all the body types. Not only athletic wear, but athletic wear, casual wear, dress casual, all of it, I want to be the all-to go-to. But that's like the long term. But the thing is like for my whole life, I never even dared to like have the dream. All I did was like go to work and punch that clock, man. And that was my identity, And I'm not saying I was unhappy. I'm not saying I was miserable, but I'm saying that I had a greater purpose in this world and I didn't even know it because I never even dared to like think it. And as soon as I dared to think it, it started working its way into my reality. And without me even trying, my reality started to change. And then the path became evident, and then here I am. Listen, I haven't made it by any stretch of the imagination yet, but I see where I'm going. And I know how to get there. And I don't know like all the little details of like, how I'm going to make an effect and how things are going to come together and who is going to help me and be with me on this journey. But it's been amazing so far. It's only been, 2 years since I started the bodybuilding journey and, 8 months since I started the YouTube journey and about 10 months since I started like the clothing journey. And here I am, recording a prep series for hopefully winning my first show. Here I am getting ready to release a clothing line. Here I am. And these were things that like 5 years ago, I would have never even dreamed. Wouldn't even have been applicable to me. I mean, I liked fitness. I'd been, I'd worked out on and off my whole life, but I wasn't fully immersed into it. And then yet here I am. My point is like, take a moment to ask yourself, what you love. And is there a way that you can, share that with others while making what we call a living nowadays, because we all got to buy food. We all got to have a place to live. We all got to, have some sort of transportation and communication and all that kind of stuff. But is there a way that you can like get these items while sharing that thing about you that's special, that thing about you that makes you unique, that thing about you that may inspire, motivate, or educate others. First, I had to dare to dream. Then I had to dare to step into it. Then I had to dare to go all in, you know, which is where I'm at right now. I am all in. I live this thing every day, and I never, you know, although there might be a nagging anxiety in the back of your mind, just like there always is, this is meant for me, and I am stepping into it. And I encourage you to find that thing that's out there for you. It's waiting for you. Step into your future, step into your dreams, live the life that is meant for you. Look, if there's a blessing out there meant for you, it won't miss you, period. This is our channel. I love you guys. We get better together, and we're here to bring each other up, not tear each other down. Subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. Leave a comment for the algorithm. If there's a way I can help, I will. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. And remember, you can't outbeast the monster. See you soon.